want me to say it, but I don't feel like I said it in a way that I don't normally say things.
Right. No.
And it probably offended you because I had guests.
Yeah.
I had to like think about that. Like, okay, maybe it was just the person here. Because I've, said, I'm not happy with stuff before, and it's never been
an issue.
Never been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
My main issue, the reason why I feel like it took so long is because recently I saw one of your fans, and I know you have fans, and that's cool, and that's what I want for you. But I feel like you one of the fans said, and this was like after we kind of had our,
mm-hmm.
we didn't really talk, but we just kind of like made peace, I felt like. And then I felt like, wow, you still went back on top of that. Like, I feel like you was like trying to get like sympathy out of the fans or play victim to the fans. Because I saw a post and it set me all the way back. And the lady said, once they show you who they are, believe them or something. And then you was like, always. And I'm like, I still don't know what that means.
That's in general. Once someone shows you who you are, that's always. I always speak in general. But you knew
they were referring to me, and I feel like that was a time for you to say, hey, look, we had a moment. Karlissa has never abused me. Like, that was, even to go and say, I abused you was like, it could have been so many different things.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I said on my post.
But
people can take how they want to take it.
That to lead them in a place of finding a way, like Jaden, like Krishan, like Ladrin, like Maine. You tried to send those people into a place of this, that I'm not a good person.
Okay. Well, I could see how you see it that way. It wasn't my intention to put it out there that way. I'm not going to do things how you do it, and you're not going to do things how I do it. So if that's what your perception of it was, that wasn't it. I speak in general to the fans. I literally speak in general. If they say something, I'm speaking in general.
But speak on it. Like, if I say somebody's abusing me, that's like such a broad.
There's so many forms. There's so many forms of abuse.
It's like, what did she do to her?
But if you look at it, it's the heat of the moment. I'm going off. You going off. We both said things. I stand on everything that I said, but I can clarify that I did clarify that there's so many different types of abuse. From very small to I didn't say you beat me and you did this and you did that.
They took it how they wanted to take it. I've never ever like said to you what I really wanted to say, and like you're probably one of the only people that I do kind of like. Okay, let me just say it like this.
Well, why? But why?
Because I feel like you're a little bit more sensitive than the people, like you said, my family members that I grew up with. Like, they're used to me. They've known me. We've only known each other like, just a little shy of a year. So I feel like, I was kind of babysitting what I said versus how I would say it to her or Callie.
You shouldn't have done that, because then that would put the blame on you, because then that put you in a position how to handle me, when you should have handled me how you handle everybody else, because then you wouldn't be in an uncomfortable position. And then I can choose to walk away.
And we had a moment, it turned into I'm abusing you. So my theory of, how to sugarcoat shit for you was right.
You spoke to me exactly how you spoke to me any other time. That time was just one of the moments. It wasn't my best moments.
So just so I know, like, moving forward, whether it's friendship, work, business, whatever, and even just with somebody else, what would make you feel like I'm abusing you, though? I don't understand that.
Okay, you're not saying cuss words. Like, you're literally going off, and you're basically like just being abusive as far as like, you don't know what you're doing. This is not working. Listen to me.
That's not abusive. That's direction.
But that's exactly why I took a step back, because this is you. You're not understanding that sometimes your delivery and how you handle things are not good. But actually you do, because you said it a million times. And so that can still come off as being a form of abuse. And you're not even understanding that.
If we're saying that that's abuse, I feel like when I've asked you, make sure you get people to sign contracts, and 3 or 4 times in a row you didn't, that was abuse to me too then, right?
If you feel that way, then
it's up to you. You're saying
if
abuse.
You feel that way.
I feel like it's just you said fuck me. I don't feel like you abused me or you purposely did it. I feel like you just said fuck me.
No, that's not the case. But like I'm saying, you are who you are. You think how you think, and that's that. With you, it's like, this is final. That's okay.
I just don't ever want to hear somebody saying that I abuse them. Like,
but
if
I mean, you're
say something,
you're
it's because I
focusing,
said it like 3 or 4 times,
and you're so focusing
and I feel like
in
I shouldn't have to say it 3 or 4 times.
And you're focusing in on this word of abuse versus,
yes, because abuse is a huge word. Look up the definition. Abuse. I thought I was genuinely being good to you and your entire family, and then I get hit with, you're abusing me. Like, Puffy is in trouble for abuse.
And I said there's different forms of abuse. If you want to take it however you want to take it, I can't help that. If I went and explained and said there's different types of abuse, if you want to carry on and take it to the deep depths of whatever, that has nothing to do with me. I've said my piece.
Like, you act like a bitch. You know.
But that would be because how you would handle it, right?
No, that would be like, that's how I act. But abusing someone is like, I'm abusing you. How I say how I feel or whatever is not, it's not abusive to you.
Just how you handle some situations can come off abusive. It is.
I've never said anything abusive to you, Brie. You and I, that was our first, I felt like our first dialogue.
Well, no, that was just the one that really exploded. We've had this discussion 3 different times.
Yes, all times that you don't sign fucking contracts that are very important that people are talking about.
When we were in Ohio, and I literally made so much happen, and you focused in on something that was no control.
Brie. You're supposed to make everything happen.
I understand that.
If you can't make it happen, then that's when you're supposed to say, I can't make it happen. But you don't get credit for, you know,
I'm not looking for credit.
How many times have I put you on a pedestal that you, or said you did something just to create a brand and a fan base for you that's not even your fan base, or that you actually even did that? I made up for it in different areas.
You've done that for everybody, yes.
Yes, exactly. But that doesn't, when you say abuse, that like that doesn't say like you have a fan base because I created that. So we're
focusing in on this. Is this what we're going to focus in on this word? Because I'm telling you, I'm telling you how I feel.
I want to clarify that now because I don't want to hear 10 years from now we've been cool and then something don't go your way. Like I abused you for 10 years.
I have said it.
And I'm here with this big ass lawsuit and there's nothing to say that I abused you. So of course, I'm going to clarify that today, that there's no form of abuse.
I clarified that there is different forms. Different forms of abuse. I felt like you were you have been abusive. And I'm not saying you're beating me or doing this and that. There's just different forms of abuse.
I haven't given you any
You have done that to anyone.
Direction is not a form of abuse. Direction is not a form of abuse. If I have to ask you to do something 3 or 4 times and you forget 3 or 4 times, I have no other choice but to say, this is what it is. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep sitting there like la, 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 and I won't have any contract signed. I won't have anything done, and I'll just be in limbo. I have to put my foot down.
I get that. That's not abuse. There has been an issue with the contracts. When I say you're learning,
that's one of our most important, valuable things in our show.
It is. And when I say you're learning, I'm learning. You made a million mistakes.
Learning, Brie.
No.
I watch you on your day job, and you don't forget 3 or 4 times.
I do not. Because I have a schedule, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it.
That's the only one important thing that I gave you.
We're learning together.
3 months to get that together.
But we got it together.
I had to, what you call it, I had to get abusive for it to get done. That's not fair. I'm strictly talking about the things that, how long it took you to figure out just that one thing that I asked for.
Because there were so many different dynamics. You would throw a random character. If Callie couldn't show up, you throw a random character. We don't have the contracts on hand. Okay, now I got to go get it. Then it'll be like,
So basically, you're not here to take accountability. Because I'm here to take accountability.
I told you.
Because right now you're just making up some bullshit.
I'm not making up bullshit. That was this is what we're talking about. I told you, we got it figured out. So we're here now. We're here now. Because are we discussing the blow-ups? Or are we discussing, like, what are we discussing?
We just had a blow-up.
Right.
It's a lack of accountability. And I can't just sit here and be like, okay. You know what I mean? Where am I going to get?
Well, as well. I get that.
And like I said, I can't speak on what you guys have spoke on outside of me. But from what I've witnessed, she was always pretty much on your side. Like, if anything, I should be screaming abuse or whatever. If anything, it should be me. But that's why it's so ironic for me to be here to bring y'all together.
Very much so is.
Like
even in that situation that we had, Yes, I agree. I was very strong, and and jealousy motivated that. You got a lot of my daughter's time that I wanted to share with her, and that wasn't. Yeah, I had my own personal problems with that. I admit to that. But and then when you did that, it seemed like you just was taking, you know, what she needed done, like, and just taking it like it wasn't important, and I didn't feel like you deserved that. Because you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, you guys smoke and it's just nonchalant, her titty sagging, this, that, like, oh, well, it'll be fine. I just wanted you were there now though. But if I just imagine if I wasn't as firm about how I wanted things.
See,
now
and
you
that's
take
why,
it a little differently.
and that's why I'm here today, because if you weren't as hard as she was on me, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be traveling the world with Callie everywhere.
Well, I wouldn't have showed up here if I didn't understand who she is in her heart. I wouldn't have showed up here.
Yeah, I know that too.
I would have.
And I know you guys love each
I
other.
could miss somebody and just
Yeah.
I'm good and go about my day. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
But I am who
I would never.
I am who I am.
I'm taking it personal because I would never abuse you, and I put you before my sisters. I put you damn near right there with Callie. Like you had a place in my heart that
and she
I don't
be
give
trusting
out
nobody. She don't trust nobody.
And then when you said like you lucky I be quiet for you, I'm like, wait, but what do you mean be quiet for me? Like we on this road and this journey together. Why would you do anything else but be quiet?
Because your delivery sometimes is off a little bit.
And so is yours. When you just say, fuck it, I'm not going to get the contracts done. That's how I feel too. But
okay, so we feel a way. We're human. We feel a way. We're human.
Told you how I felt about the things that she don't do?
Yes, you have. You have.
Not until we had the blow up.
You have. You've done it with a lot of different people.
Bree, don't not sit here and lie.
So it's gonna become to the point. It's just gonna become to the point where you're trying to say that I'm sensitive, but when it's literally it's your delivery.
You might be a little too sensitive for me. Because if you forget to book the flights, okay. I am going to say, damn, this bitch forgot to book the flights.
I'm not worried about the flights. I'm not worried about that. I just use it as an example. I'm telling you that I don't care. That doesn't bother me.
That sounds like me for sure.
No, because you beat around the bush when you say something.
No, I don't. You be like, around no bush.
You be like, where did you book them flights at? And you want me to be like, I'll book your flights. I'll do this. I'll do that. You're asking me a question. And then you'll get off the phone and you'll go with someone else to book the flights. And I'm sitting here like in my head like, so I was probably supposed to say,
sometimes if I do that, I understand you have a day job also.
But then that's not fair. Because then you're going to them. You're going to them. You're going to them. You can't
book the flight for me on Monday if you're at work.
But then you go to them. You ask me where did I book it. And I tell you because you're just asking.
Sometimes I'm just trying to help you because I know you're at work.
And then it'll be something else where it's like, see, that's not how that conversation played out. And then it becomes an issue where I didn't do something, and that does it a lot.
About me having somebody else maybe do something.
I'm not being jealous.
You're being totally jealous. Because if I'm helping you with your caseload because you're at work, that's being jealous.
I'm being jealous?
I admitted to being jealous with her. You could have admitted it too.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very serious. You were being... why would you get mad at me for helping somebody else do it?
You know what? I know her very